Oh man, what's good, YouTube? What's good? What's good? What's great? Hey, listen, we here with another paternity court. You know, paternity court be on some shit. Okay, mind blowing moments. Let's go, bro.
Wing moments on paternity court.
All right. Well, I got something for you. Hold on. See, I'm straight up.
18 years of stress and pain brought this man to court to prove to his ex the paternity of the young boy, Mr. McDonald. While Miss Gooley not only denied it, but also admitted that she cheated on him during their relationship. The worst part of this story is that they both lost custody of their boy when he was just 1 year old.
You've summoned your ex-girlfriend, Ms. Gooley, to prove that you are the father of her 18-year-old son, Mr. McDonald.
Yes, Your Honor.
You cheated on Mr. Brooks all those years ago and are here today to
His
prove
lips
that
black
he
as
is
hell.
not the father of your son.
Yes, Your Honor.
The plaintiff started the testimony. He thoroughly shared all the moments he experienced on the baby's birth.
You see the difference? Like his lips. Why am I looking over here? You see the difference? His lips like a little brown, but when you look now, no trace. Black is the socks I got on. Never mind. They black as this. That's my slipper. That's a whole lot. What's going on out there?
Birth, and was sure he was the father because he was present there all the time. Then the judge asked Miss Gooley about their relationship.
How long was that relationship?
10 years.
Was it a committed relationship?
No, Your Honor.
It was not.
No.
Did you
You're lying.
consider yourselves boyfriend and girlfriend?
We were boyfriend and girlfriend, but I mean, I wasn't faithful.
During the pregnancy, did you ever tell Mr. Brooks that he
Clutch
may
the
not
pearls?
be
No,
the
ma'am.
biological father?
No, Your Honor, I didn't.
The defendant continued talking about the other man and said she believed that he was the real father, and also admitted that she wasn't faithful to Mr. Brooks at that time. The judge asked Daddy about the possible doubts, but he denied saying this.
When she told you she was pregnant, there was no doubt in your mind that you were the father?
No, it was one of the greatest days of my life when she told me she was pregnant. I've been having these pictures with me for 17 years. She don't have none.
These are pictures you carried for 17 years,
Yes.
believing that you are Mr. McDonald's biological father.
Yes, Your Honor.
The judge asked him how he lost the baby, and he told that Miss Gooley called him to get the kids out of the house, and he did. But soon, 3 police cars and DFCS pulled up. Oof, I didn't see that coming. The incident got more serious when the defendant cut him off and revealed another twist in the story.
Police car pulled up in defect. They told me they come to get the kids. You're not getting my kids.
They came and got the kids in the first place because Mr. Brooks is the one that called defects on me because he wanted
How
to
am I
take
called
my
defects on?
kids.
What
He
am I
wanted
break my own
to take
family up
my
for?
kids away from me. That's why
That's a
defects
lie.
was called. I know this for a fact
Renee.
because the lawyer that was representing my case told me.
Following their drug story, the plaintiff quickly blamed her, but the judge commented that still, one of them should have been there for the kid. Yeah, she's right. Where was the other parent? Upon this, the defendant jumped up and said,
Ms. Gooley was struggling at that time with drugs and the children could not be with her. If the child's biological father was present and able to take care of him,
He
why?
would not legitimize my child. See, that's why I don't think he's the father. If he was the father, my mother was willing to pay for him to legitimize
did.
my
No, she
my
did.
son. Then why didn't he do it? Because
No.
he was scared of that
No.
DNA test because he is
I
not the
did
dad.
that.
Then the judge asked him of the moments when he last saw his baby, and he said that 2 officers grabbed him away from the kid but didn't arrest him. Then the judge turned to the defendant and asked her about the time of revealing the other possibility, and she told this.
As soon as that baby came out my stomach, first thing out my mouth was, "Is he yours?" He is an excellent person. But you know what? Truth be told, after 10 years of us being together and not using condoms or any kind of protection, why did I get pregnant?
You don't believe Mr. Brooks can even father a child?
I don't think so, no.
After that, Mr. McDonald was brought in, and the judge asked him some questions.
I'd be
and he
irritated if I
said
was
that he
young
believed
man.
Mr. Brooks was his father. He also revealed that another man reached out to him and claimed his paternity. Upon this, the judge again asked the defendant of her denial, and she gave this reason.
You know, and he's up here like he wants to be this great father and everything. He ain't done nothing for Demarion since Demarion's been back in our lives. He sitting up here like trying to fake the funk and stuff, you know.
I ain't
But
faking
yes,
nothing.
you are.
I ain't
You didn't
faking-
even
I
want to
always-
go take your son downtown yesterday. I did it.
The young boy was sitting in the court with the hope to find his real father
I'd be
today.
like,
All three lives were hanging on a thread for so
Just look
long
at his face.
that it was time to read the results to settle things once and for all.
It has been determined by this court. You are his father.
All right. Thank you.
A disturbing marriage, along with paternity doubts, appear in the court to find the identity of their son. Plaintiff shared that his wife admitted another possibility
Little
after
man flies
3
here.
years of their baby's birth, and the defendant claimed that Mr. Pickett had also cheated with 8 women before.
Mr. Pickett, you claimed that when
She
your
pregnant.
son turned 3, the defendant, your wife, admitted to you that you may not be his biological father. Now, Miss Pickett, you admit to stepping out on your husband and cheating around the time that you conceived your son. Am I correct?
Yes.
The plaintiff said that after his vacation, he kept seeing the same guy around his wife's place a couple of times. Then she told him about the pregnancy. Upon confronting him, she denied it. Next, he talked about his other trip in detail.
Her friend was dating my friend. He told me that the
Why
other guy
are
that
we
was
not
there
talking
was
like
for
this?
Chanel.
What the
So,
fuck?
So it was one of those type things.
it was one of those type of things. Now this extended vacation is over. I'm back again. I'm playing daddy. I love my kids. That's why I'm here today.
Then the plaintiff explained that he wanted to play his daddy duties, but suspicion stopped him, and the defendant agreed that she did him wrong by cheating. And Mr. Pickett cut her off, saying that his son's early birth created doubt.
Yes, he does have a reason, but I did wait 3 years later to tell him, but I let him know, I stepped out and did something I shouldn't have done. It happened
I apologize for
3 weeks
interrupting.
before.
3 weeks before, Your Honor, I got back from my vacation. She was messing with this dude. I said, okay, I'm gone. Then my son is born 3 weeks early.
So the wife admitted her mistake, but he still didn't believe her. But this lunatic man has all the talent in himself to tell his story. Then the plaintiff set the stage to explain how things went when she confronted him about her cheating.
This is my
That's how you did it?
I did just like this. And I was in short pants. We were supposed to go swimming, and I just lost the whole swimming mode. I was like, oh my God, oh my God. And then I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Whoa.
So the results of today's
It's the
test
reenactment
are
for me.
crucial for you.
Then the plaintiff continued expressing his love for his son, and the judge asked Mrs. Pickett's feelings, and she shared her regretful thoughts, but he cut her off, saying that they still got back together. For further details about their case, the judge asked the defendant's witness to speak.
She can't come enjoy time with me. She can't be at my mom. She can't be nowhere without him.
So you agree
And
with
he
that?
never forgave her
I
for what
agree.
she did.
For one, I asked, he just don't accept no for an answer. I asked,
does?
can we wait until after I have the baby? No. Since you want to wait, that means you're hiding something. You
I
got
want to
something
get
to
it out of the
hide.
way.
A man obsessed with kids this much would surely be controlling. After the defendant shared the fear that he also doubted the baby she was carrying in her belly, the judge took over it and asked the plaintiff's comments on this one.
Are you still cheating with other women?
Yes.
If you separated, there's no cheating. If we're not in agreement that we want to be lovers and you want to let your sister control your life, then I have to find somebody else that's going to love me.
Then the judge asked about her hopes, and she shared
What?
that she wanted a divorce and was tired of the doubts in the relationship. She made the right decision for her life. But the judge asked about his thoughts, and he again started his melodrama.
I really love her though.
he
Like
don't
this
respect
dudes
her.
that be like, I love you, I love you. I know I cheated. I really love her, like rings and everything. Can you just say, forget it, it's over? That's like the worst. Like, oh my God, this is not your son, or oh my God, you know what I mean? They're gonna be going crazy.
After listening to both of them, the judge knew
He's
that
so
there was still
dramatic.
some hope to save this marriage, even after all those doubts. What do you think about their future after the DNA outcome?
They need
Let's
to
see the
separate.
results.
Mr. Pickett,
Because he's so dramatic.
you are his father.
Oh yeah. Look, I got something for you. Hold on. Oh. See, it's straight up. Straight up.
Young and stupid love always haunts you back with your mistakes.
I bet you
In
to
this
this
case,
day she's still with
Selma wanted
dude.
to prove the paternity of her
Now
daughter
they about to
and
be
wanted
on
Mr.
paternity court
Gonzalez
part
to
2
be
to
in the
see who's
baby's
baby
life.
daddy in her stomach.
On the other hand, he not only denied it, but believed that the plaintiff was very promiscuous and claimed that she slept with his best friend.
Ms. Salvo, you claim that around the time you conceived your 1-year-old daughter, you carried on a sexual relationship with the defendant, Mr. Gonzalez.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Gonzalez, you argue that Ms. Salvo had sex with multiple men.
I don't know. I want to
including
say.
your
Why
best
the fuck I
friend,
keep
and
looking over
any
here? I want
one
to say
of
that
them
baby
could
looked like
be
him.
her child's father.
Yes, Your Honor.
The plaintiff said he refused to take care of their daughter and claimed that she only slept with Mr. Gonzalez once and shared her interest in black and Hispanic men. It was bold to reveal.
What?
Then the judge asked the defendant about their relationship.
You've only had sex with Ms. Salvo one time?
No, Your Honor. It was more than 6 times.
So tell me about the nature of this relationship.
All right,
Well,
I started off
in school, we learned it only takes one time.
with her mom knew my mom, so we will go over, we'll drink, we'll watch movies and stuff. One thing led to another. We started kissing. We had sex. I was
Did
thirsty.
you use protection?
No, ma'am.
Ooh, that's a wild moment. But in your mom's house? After his statement, the plaintiff claimed that he lied about the number and admitted that she also was sleeping with her ex-boyfriend around the same time. Baby mama also shared that her daughter didn't resemble the ex. But with the
I'm mad he
defendant,
said baby
and
mama.
She proved it.
You claim
I
Mr.
don't know, she said
Gonzalez has a
cute.
dimple, and here, Amaya, I see that one dimple. So you believe this is the reason why she's ultimately his biological child?
Yes, ma'am.
You
Boyfriend's
stupid.
kids, they have no type of resemblance. She doesn't look. She looks nothing.
Did you test your ex at all?
I did test him.
Oh, you did?
He is not the father.
If the possibility had got cleared, then why was Mr. Gonzalez still in doubt? Well, it was just one fragment of the case. But the judge asked the defendant more about the doubts, and he didn't stop, but had something else to entertain us.
My doubts is I took my best friend over there to her house. 5 days later, he's Hispanic, Puerto Rican. He tells me, I'm sorry, Julio, but I gotta show you something. I'm like, what you mean you gotta show me something? He showed me naked pictures of Ashley like this.
Your best friend had naked pictures of Miss Salvo.
Yes, Your Honor.
What kind of pose was that, though,
Embarrassing
bro?
to find this out from your friend. Hearing the story, the plaintiff quickly denied it and called him delusional. The judge asked again about his doubts, and he shared the sneaky actions of Miss Salvo.
One night I was over there and I got my hair done and everything, and she went out to the mall. She took hours and hours, and I'm like, I'm not just gonna sit here and keep waiting, you know, for somebody. I started walking home. She calls me and she asked me why I left, because I felt like I was getting played. She
Why
went
did you
up
feel like you were
because
getting
she went
played?
to meet up with a guy.
And you know that for a fact?
Yes, ma'am.
Then the plaintiff defended herself, saying she didn't want to ruin her friendship with him, and shared that her ex had helped her financially during pregnancy. Miss Salvo further said she acted dumb at that age, and the defendant brought another doubted moment.
This is another doubt I got in my head. One night, we're all hanging out next to my mama's house. We're eating, partying, having fun. This Mexican guy looking mad at me like he want to fight me or something. I asked, Ashley, why that guy so mad at me? Why he looked like he want to fight? Oh, because he wanted to be the baby daddy, but I told him, you're the baby daddy.
It feels like she's not lying about that psycho. What do you think? After this, the judge asked the plaintiff about raising the kid, and she shared that her fiancé had been helping her, and the defendant cut her off and bragged about his responsibilities.
When that baby was born, got her formula, diapers, baby carrier, crate, everything.
Excuse
What?
me.
A crate?
Excuse me.
The
Excuse me.
baby where the baby sleeps.
A crib. So you got her a crib.
That's lie. He
My
has
man
not
said
came out
a
of his
crate.
pocket not one single time. He bought 2 itty-bitty toothbrushes and some toothpaste for my daughter. That's it.
Didn't need to know much after crib or cradle confusion, but still,
This
she
shit was funny.
exposed
I'm
him
sorry.
there. After the plaintiff's statement, the judge brought in her fiancé, the real dad here, to ask him about the baby's duties.
Miss Salvo says you've been there to help her with the child.
I've been there since day one.
So what do you know about this situation?
I know I feel like I'm the daddy, but I don't even have no equipment to be the daddy. But I am the daddy. I buy the wife, bought everything for her. Since I've been working, I've been buying diapers and like buying milk. I buy everything.
After lots of freaky and accusing statements, the judge was ready to call for results to reveal the paternity of the innocent baby. Moreover, she was relieved that both men on the podium will give their love to the baby, so the DNA test was read.
It has been determined by this court. You are not the father.
Excuse me, Your Honor. Can I still come around, see Amaya, and help her out if I can? Because for a year and 4 or 5 months, she's been my daughter, and she's still going to be my daughter.
He's asking if he could possibly remain in her life.
The who the daddy?
A confused 26-year-old woman appeared in court to dismantle the paternity frauds laid by her mother. She was told her mama's ex,
So,
Mr. Long, was her...
pause. If she got old dude paternity tested, this dude paternity tested, who the daddy? Cause it sure ain't Shorty that was sitting on the side.
real father. But now she wanted some DNA proof, while the mommy stood firm with her claim. Let's see how things go in this one.
Ms. Robinson, you're back in court
Burberry.
today because you say your mother, Ms. Harms, has continued to commit maternity fraud. She's now claiming her ex-boyfriend, Mr. Long, is your biological father.
Yes.
Ms. Harms, you say your daughter's suit has no merit, and today you will prove Mr. Long is her father.
Yes, Your Honor.
Miss Robinson started the testimony by saying that she never got a straight answer about her father's identity. It had been a mix of 2 or 3 guys. However, the defendant refused to be painted as a villain.
I've always told you who her father was.
No, you haven't.
I've always, and I never kept any secrets from you.
Mom, you never told me who my father was.
My mom kept secrets.
You gave me names of who
No,
could be my
I've
father.
always told you from birth, sweetheart, that who your
No, you
dad
did
was.
not, Mom.
Your Honor, she
So who the
refused to
daddy?
believe me.
The plaintiff was told to express her feelings, and she said all her life she felt like there was a missing piece. But she promised herself that her kids wouldn't go through the same thing, and taunted Miss Harms for being promiscuous. Hearing this, the big mama couldn't stop herself from arguing.
I'm
Not
going to give
cheesy
you.
like that. What
I
do you
didn't
mean
say
talk
you
me
were
out of my
easy,
panties?
but you let people talk. You
Don't
said
act
for
like
more
you
than one
weren't out
person.
there doing wrong yourself.
It would have been times where I wouldn't have went in my
Did she
room
say
and said,
talk
I
you
hate
out
my
your
mom.
panties?
I wish she wasn't here. I can't stand her. If I had a father to run to, I could have got over that.
Miss Robinson continued that she was a famous athlete in her student era. She was a big deal, but at home, still she was alone and depressed. Oh, it sounds like a celebrity story, but all the pain is real. Then the judge asked the defendant to respond to her feelings.
I
I'm
was
not
asking
responding.
you who my
See what
dad
I'm
is.
saying? I can never get a word in.
What
Not if I
lie
got to
is
raise
she
her.
telling?
If I didn't raise her, she wouldn't have or be who she is today.
You didn't give me to. I know
guess that's
exactly.
just like
a
everything you
person
have,
is
I've
strong
given
because
you.
they took care of themselves.
Any new furniture, anything, I give everything
That's just
to
you giving me stuff.
Any
I didn't
amount of money
ask
you
for it.
want.
The mother-daughter duo was already broken, so the judge asked about their relationship, and the defendant said the plaintiff didn't let her meet the grandkids, which led to another brawl, as Big Mama said she told her about Mr. Long and he lived near them. But the poor girl asserted how a 10-year-old would do it all by herself, and the judge turned to Miss Harms for the answer.
I didn't even hear about him until I was 10.
Well, I told you always knew who your dad was.
Where was I gonna
knew
go
we were
at
in
10
Georgia.
years old?
Marietta.
Mr. Long, do you remember Miss Harms bringing Miss Robinson to see you and saying this is your father? Have you ever seen Miss Robinson?
No, ma'am.
Well, he straight away denied her claim. How much of an old brain you got, man? But then Mr. Long said he believed about possible paternity because he had got a picture of the plaintiff from Miss Harms, and the defendant cut him off and cried that she had sent 9 pictures of the baby. So the judge let him continue his testimony.
So when she was first born, she sent you a picture.
Right.
Why does a woman send you a picture of a baby if she's not saying you the father?
Right. She didn't say I wasn't the father. She said I was the father, but I had doubt because, she was supposed to be sleeping with someone else, supposedly now. And then some more guys in the neighborhood. So that's where the doubt came in.
The judge turned to Miss Harms to reveal more, and she
I
called
mean,
him
they
a
out here
double-faced
talking around her
liar for not
penis.
owning up to their meetups at his house. Then Mr. Long replied to the judge that he knew about the pregnancy, but he lost contact with her.
I kept it like that because my dad was like, me being young, who's the dad? I'm gonna kill him.
You were taking the baby over to his house or you were sending these pictures, but this was all in secret. You didn't want to tell your parents.
I told my mother. I kept it from my dad.
This poor woman's broken feelings got more strained because there weren't any strong clues from the alleged father, and she needed answers about her paternity today at all costs. So the judge moved forward to read the results.
Mr. Long, you are her father.
I told you I'm sorry. I told you I love you so much. Okay, go hug your dad.
A father brought his case looking for his long-lost daughter and hoped to finally be in her life. But the court found the alleged woman that could be his lost baby. Miss Bond, on the other hand, didn't believe he was her daddy. But today's DNA results will put a stop to Mr. Jenkins' search.
You reached out to the court to open a case. You believe that you have a long-lost daughter and hoped to one day find her to prove you are her father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
But she does not believe you are her father.
The defendant replied that she never heard of Mr. Jenkins in all her life, and none of the family members ever mentioned him, and he wasn't on the birth certificate. Okay, started very rough here. Further, she explained her denial in court.
Never heard of him. No one has ever spoken of him. I've never seen any pictures.
But you were raised by a man that you believe, you were told, was your biological father.
He died in a car accident in 1999 with my mother, and I believe that that was my father.
So, Ms. Bond, ultimately, you come to court today completely in the dark.
After Ms. Bond's testimony, the defendant explained that he
Damn,
had
she
been on
lost
this
both her
search for 24 years and revealed that her mother was sexy as hell, and they were very happy with each other and talked about her pregnancy time.
When we was living together, I was going to the doctor with her. I got my first child. I got a girl. You know, I was just blown away. I was.
If you guys were so close and you were so in love and everything, why did it take you so long to find me?
I've been doing everything I can do.
The judge asked the defendant about her bringing up and replied that her maternal relative raised her, and the plaintiff admitted he knew someone was there for the baby. Things went smooth till the judge asked about the poor girl's experiences being an orphan, and she broke down all her traumas and loneliness.
You know, I didn't have anyone to talk to. I didn't have anyone, and I didn't have anybody. And I struggle, and I'm still struggling. I'm homeless.
No, you don't have to worry about this. If I'm a man, I'm gonna step up and do what I gotta do.
I made a lot of mistakes because I didn't have anyone there.
The plaintiff said he tried to meet her, but every time doors were slammed at him, and he showed the numbers he left for contact, but still no one helped him. While Miss Bond said she never heard anything from him. He seems truthful by the pain in his words.
I did everything that I possibly could do. Matter of fact, she wanted to get married. She had asked my mother to marry me. During the time I was still in college, let me get me a good education and get a good job before I make that step, because during that time I wasn't ready. I wish I did.
The judge asked him about the childbirth incident, and he said he visited the baby later with his mother after 2 weeks. And the defendant was asked about the birth picture, and she denied seeing it.
I talked to her on the phone, and she said, in the next week or so, I'll let you see Andrea. I said, how she's doing? She's doing pretty good. A week later, I called her back at that number, and I had heard some bad news that she was in a bad car accident.
Oh, my goodness.
The judge had taken all the possible answers from both of them. Every argument of the plaintiff was a missing piece of the puzzle. But it was time to reveal the truth to the innocent girl and the stressed father with the DNA results.
Mr. Jenkins, you are her father.
I love you. 24 years of doing footwork, and it paid off.
Yes,
Thank you, God.
Yeah, she has roots. Oh, that was good. That was a good ending to all the shenanigans. Man, hey, listen. Paternity Court is crazy. I love the show. It still comes on TV. It's a great show. Watch that, baby. But I'm going to wrap this up.